Alright, I am back with another Vincent Drug unboxing. I think this might be the start of a new episode. It's so hard to tell as I film these because I always throw multiple recordings together, and it's honestly been quite a while since I filmed the last clip. I believe the most recent clip before this one was filmed back right when Halloween stuff was starting to hit stores, and it is currently about midway through January when I'm recording this. But I've got two things to unbox today. The first one I already opened because I thought it was a birthday card, and it was not. It was stuff I ordered off eBay that I didn't get a tracking number for. So as with many things in the Vincent Drug series, this is a lot, but I only needed one thing out of the lot. And I'm also just going to apologize for my hand in this video. I literally just got it tattooed, and there's still some like stray ink that I need to scrub out of the cracks and crevices, so if my hand looks filthy, that's what happened. And I guess appropriate Halloween 4 video, I got a H1 going on here now. Of course right next to H2 anyway, so yeah, it's just Halloween-centric over here. But this was a lot of Halloween stickers, and you may know where this is going. So a lot of these are like partly used sheets, you know, and they look like they span various eras or various styles, companies, whatever. Got some cats. I think this sheet repeats a couple times in here. Some ghosts and pumpkins. A couple repeating instances of those. And what I was going after was so deep down in here, I didn't pull it out the first time. So there's a sticker of the Earth. But we know that's not what I did this for. We have the Vincent Drug sticker sheet. It is missing the middle sticker, but a couple videos back I unboxed that decoration set that had some of the other items from the sticker sheet, and that is one of the ones on there. So I have enough where I can Photoshop this together and put that sticker on the sheet and then print out copies of the sheet. So this is like the major missing ingredient I needed to put those together. I still don't have the card, and there's nothing on here that indicates what the card would say or be or anything to help me track down anything further, but I'm okay with doing a color swap on a scan of the existing card that I have for the placeholder stickers and putting this on there for now and then updating it as needed or as I find more information, or maybe even get the real sticker sheet in full. But I consider this a major milestone and a very, very cool find. And while this one's going to be used to digitally recreate the sticker sheet as I jerk it all around the screen for no good reason, I'm going to try to incorporate this into the display somehow, or at least near the display. Maybe I'll put it in a little tiny frame or something, just because this is the closest in over a year of hunting that I've come to finding this sticker sheet. And then the second piece here, really, it's just going to be a pain to open. This next item is Ghost Garland. So it is paper garland. One of the identifying features of this tag is the ghosts, or the picture of the garland going across it, and it is only a one-sided tag. This is an Amscan item. And this is kind of another weird little story. In the Vincent Drug scene, next to the Myers mask, there is a similar item very visible in the scene, but it's a skull garland. And I have not yet been able to find that particular strand of garland on eBay or anywhere else. However, I did come across this ghost garland, and I was like, well, you know what, since I haven't found the skull, I might just buy the ghost as another placeholder item to just kind of have it in my collection, and, you know, it's still a cool vintage Halloween item. So I went back and looked a little closer at the scene looking for something else, and honestly I didn't really pay attention to if there was another garland in that shot. The skull is the more prominent one, it's more in frame than anything else. But just at the edge of the frame, at the bottom of the shot, you can make out the little upper corner here showing the ghost garland, not the skull garland. So it's barely in the shot, but this is legitimately a Vincent Drug item. The skull garland also is, but having one of each is what I need to have a full complete roster from that shot. So what was going to be a stand-in piece turned out to actually be a piece that is true to the scene. I'm going to continue looking for the Skull Garland, but in the meantime, I think this is a cool find. And I think it's just a neat, item. But yeah, just like the Misfits, I need those skulls. So I probably should have waited on doing all this, but I was excited, so I went ahead and got all the elements together for these sticker sheets, at least what I have access to. I will say it's already apparent that I need to use a real high quality scanner with these, as opposed to what I was using, which was the scan feature on my phone. So yeah, this is going to be a version 1, and I'll have to go back and do a better version a little later. But I scanned in the template sticker sheet that I had. I scanned in the actual stickers that I had. I don't have it here in front of me right now, but I scanned in the cat from the decoration sheet and basically started photoshopping all the elements. I took the color of what you can see in the film. I kind of edited the color a little bit, to be quite honest, because when I was trying to sample it in Photoshop, I was getting tones that weren't really, they might have been pixel accurate, but it was hard to find the pixel that was the color that it really kind of looked like it was. So I did a little manual adjustment there. And then kind of put all the elements together and ended up with this. So, like I said, there are definitely some problems in a lot of different directions. I don't have the real card that these go on. I don't have an example of it. So I'm just using the template. I know this part's definitely wrong because you can see something else is there in the actual movie. I just can't read what it says. Also, because these were lower res scans, it was a little harder to clean up around the text in different areas and like the Amscan logo and things. So when I go and do high res scans, I should hopefully be able to go in and clean that up a lot nicer than what it is right now. I did also leave like some of the crud on here, like the sticker crud. I could have cleaned that up. I chose not to. Mostly because I think that's kind of the charm of some of these older things. So then I went and cut those out, glued them to some cardstock, punched a hole. Don't have the accurate hole punch either, but I used the one that I had for like the Jamie clown. And then because these stickers were stapled onto the cardstock, I did staple in those spots. It was nice because I could see where they went based on the scan of the other document. So right now, this is my new stand-in sticker sheet. If I ever find out what this is, and I can't actually get like the whole thing, purchased, and I could just get a replica made, I probably will take the extra work and actually do it in 3D where I have the cardstock backing with this little tab at the bottom and then individually print out the sticker sheets and then staple, several of the sticker sheets onto a card to make it more like what it really is. But for a stand-in for right now, a more accurate stand-in, I'm pretty happy with this. So yeah, I will add this and the Garland to the collection and we'll take a closer look at it. So there we go. This light is a little hotter than I wanted it to be. There we go. That might be a little better. So for right now, I put my new sticker templates over the old ones. So you can kind of still see that orange peeking through. I don't know if I like that or not. That may change as time goes on. And what the hell, now it's getting darker. As you can see, I also added the Ghost Garland to the bottom. I don't know if that's really where it's supposed to go. The Jamie clown's kind of blocking it. So it's just going to kind of have to live there, I think, for right now. I'm honestly thinking, looking at this, despite wanting to keep it accurate, if I do ever find the Skull Garland, I may need to push everything slightly over to the right, because the Decorama and the Living Nightmare stuff really does have a lot of room to breathe right now, and everything else is very kind of crammed in here. But yeah, it's, even if it's not 100% still, having these stand-in stickers has me really excited. We're definitely getting closer to having that full look of that setup. And honestly, this thing has yet to become old for me. Every time I look at it for more than a brief glance, I get just really excited about how far this has come, and it's taken a lot of sleuthing on different items and a lot of learning about cool old vintage 80s Halloween stuff. And honestly, giving me a better appreciation for this stuff than I even had when I started this project. But we are still far from done, and there's some key pieces, as always, yet to come, hopefully. So, after filming that last segment and taking some pictures, I went and posted some online, and I found out I was very, very wrong with what that card looked like. Granted, I knew the card was inaccurate. So it's not really wrong, but more it looks very different than I thought it did. So basically, I was provided a picture of the real card. It was pretty low res. It was from an auction site or something. So basically, I've been going in and trying to edit it, putting my sticker sheet over top of what's there to try to get a higher res version of the stickers themselves on there, even though I mentioned that those aren't as high res as they probably need to be. And I've been trying to run it through some AI upscaling sites to try to fix some of the clarity on it. It's not going to look 100% when I print it out unless I can find a better, higher resolution copy, or at least see what the text was and just do the text over. But I think I'm going to have something at least close, and I'll probably print it out sooner than later just to put it in the collection and let you guys see it. Alright, so we near the final form on the sticker sheets. We started with, well, among many other elements, this is kind of the stand-in on the actual display, but other elements kind of trying to make up for it. And we landed at this accurate sticker sheet, inaccurate card. But when I found out what that card looked like, I was blown away by how far off this is. So what I ended up with is this. So this is made basically the same way I made the other card, except with a couple differences. The main piece is printed off on cardstock, and then I glued it to like some cardboard on the back, some thin cardboard, because I figured that's about packaging thickness there. With the other one, I just printed it all off as one thing, punched a hole in the top, and was done with it. I ended up having to cut the hole at the top because I didn't have the right hole punch. Probably need to redo that. And I tried like lining around some of the edges with a Sharpie to clean them up, and that just kind of made more of a mess than it needed to. So probably not my best idea there. But I did, on the cardstock back, cut out this little tab at the bottom, and then I printed out these sticker sheets on glossy paper and put those here. So there's actually the image printed on the card itself, and then right now I have 2 sheets, which it would have been, I think, 6 sheets total on the real cards, but I didn't feel like I needed that much accuracy in that part. But I got 2 sheets on there stapled like they would have been on the actual card. The sticker sheet is my sticker sheet based on the real one, and then the edited image of the hat and cat combo here. The one in the original image was very blurry, so this was my attempt to kind of, at least have that part be upscaled. But yeah, I would have never thought. It's a gray card. It's a tombstone, and it's spooky seals at the top, and then it has it in French underneath it, which that explains what I could not read on the things in the Vincent Drug screenshots, because it's really that, however you pronounce that word there at the bottom, that's what you can see in the screenshots. And then you could definitely make out this line here on the side, which is like the depth that they're trying to give the tombstone. So yeah, this is pretty close. Not great, but way closer than I've ever been to having the accurate stickers for the Vincent Drug display. So let's take a look at them in the collection. So there we have them in the display itself. Looking pretty cool. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that I've got these in here just because they were such an elusive piece. And I mean, the real thing really is still elusive to me. It doesn't sound like a whole lot of these have popped up for sale. I even tried doing a reverse image search on the picture that was provided to me, and I cannot find the original of that. So I'm going to keep hunting for the real thing. It would be really cool to have a real one in my collection, but I am happy to have these relatively accurate placeholders in here for now. Way more accurate than the stuff I had before, and just hilarious to me that in my excitement posting it, I was given the information I was missing so badly in a very short amount of time. But honestly, I don't think without doing those other steps, and especially without completing the sticker sheet in a nice higher detail version, I don't think it would have been as cool to put up here because it would have all been blurry. And having a cleaner version of the sticker sheet definitely helps make this thing stand out and look really cool. Alright, so I think that may actually be the end of this episode unless I just happen to jump on eBay in 2 seconds and find the real one. I don't think that's going to happen, so I think I'm safe in calling this episode done for now. Alright, so we got another Vincent Drug unboxing here. So as is usual with these lately, this is 2 items. So I'm going to try to pull out the one that's not the one I care about first. Which I will say is still kind of a cool item. It is kind of a vintage ghost. It's one of those ones where it's like cardboard and kind of an accordion material in between. So you can make it like stand up on its own or whatever. Really cool, like retro looking packaging. This is technically another Amscan product, but this is Danish Amscan. I don't know if that's really that much of a difference, but that's what this is. But the real part, the one I'm really excited to get my hands on, we have ourselves the Skull Garland. So this is seen to the side of the mask when Michael is picking it up. We already looked at The Ghost Garland, same basic idea as this, that sits really below the mask. This is sitting, from our view, it's to the left of the mask. But yeah, it is some paper garland in the shape of a skull. This tag is different. It's not the same as the one that the other one came with, because the other one had just a one-sided tag, and this one has a two-sided tag. So one side has, actually they're both identical. They both have the barcode on it. I'm pointing at the wrong side. The barcode on it. This side, they did cover that up with a price sticker, and this was $4.50, which is probably one of the most expensive original prices I have on anything, on all my stuff. Then it kind of has the picture of the garland itself on here, which is what you could really see in the movie shot. And yeah, this makes the last piece really, with the exception of the fact that my stickers are fake stand-ins and my spiderweb packaging is the wrong color. This was the last like real bit that I needed in terms of having everything from that scene where he grabs the mask. At least one of everything. There are duplicates of some stuff that I never picked up, but this does get me to the point where I have at least one of every unique item, minus those caveats I mentioned. So obviously still looking for the stuff I'm missing. That search will continue on, but really happy to get this. So I'm probably actually going to have to reorganize all of this, because the skull garland is a little cramped in there, and I had to move the horrible skull and the stickers and the mask and Jamie's mask, all that around. So some of the stuff to the right of the Myers mask probably needs to get shifted as well. But we've got more or less the display going on here. Things kind of where they're supposed to be, as close as I can get them. And yeah, really cool to have both the types of garland in here. That makes me really happy. And then, just because I haven't shown this side of it in a hot minute, you know, there is still stuff up on top of here. There's just not a whole lot going on up there lately. Though I think in the way I'm editing these videos, that hat on top of Seymour probably was more recent than it actually was, because it's been months since I added that. But yeah, progress continues. The only downside I will say is I do realize now that this garland was probably rebagged. The plastic it's in is wider than the header card, and then it's not cut out where the peg hole is. So it definitely seems to be something that somebody repackaged. It still looks good. It all kind of matches what it should, I think. It's just obviously not the original plastic that it came in probably back in the 80s, which I should have known just by touching it. Like, it definitely doesn't feel like the thinner, kind of crispier packaging that's on some of these older items. But it's not the worst thing ever, I guess.